In a joint effort to combat human trafficking, the National Anti-Human Trafficking Task Force, in collaboration with the International Organization for Migration, has launched a nationwide media campaign, "We Are Vigilant for a Safer Nation," to raise public awareness on trafficking in persons. This initiative forms a part of a $2.6 million project funded by the government of Japan, which aims to support migrant returnees and at-risk communities across Sri Lanka. Minoli P. Don leads the protection unit at the International Organization for Migration in Sri Lanka and the Maldives. She emphasized the urgent need to recognize and respond to emerging forms of trafficking, including forced criminality and internal exploitation.
This information campaign is part of a wider initiative of the Uplift project. And through powerful television and radio advertisements, we aim to raise awareness around different forms of human trafficking prevalent in Sri Lanka, in particular trafficking for forced criminality, a novel and emerging trend that we have observed when people get trafficked to the Southeast Asian, in particular, the trafficking for forced criminality, child labor, internal trafficking for sexual exploitation, and forced labor in the realm of migration. These are not distant issues. These are real. They are here. They demand our urgent attention. The campaign is a survivor-led and a survivor-informed campaign, which means that we have ensured that the authentic stories, lived experiences, and voices of the victims are meaningfully reflected in these advertisements.
The Secretary to the Ministry of Defence underscored the importance of cross-sector collaboration and regional cooperation in dismantling trafficking networks.
Sri Lanka, like many other countries, continues to grapple with this issue, facing both internal and transnational trafficking networks. Victims often come from marginalized and vulnerable groups, exploited for forced labor, sexual exploitation, and other forms of abuse. This campaign is an alarming call to everyone: government bodies, civil society, the private sector, and the general public to unite in combating this crime. Combating human trafficking is a critical component of realizing this vision, as it directly impacts our ability to ensure social justice, protect human rights, and uphold the rule of law. By raising awareness and fostering collaboration across sectors, we aim to build a Sri Lanka where exploitation has no place. Perpetrators are brought to justice and survivors receive the support they deserve. A crucial aspect of this fight is the emphasis on regional cooperation. Trafficking networks often operate across borders, exploiting legal and enforcement gaps. Moreover, this media campaign itself is a powerful tool to alarm the general public. By reaching the public through television, radio, social media, and community outreach, we are equipping citizens with the knowledge needed to recognize and prevent trafficking. An informed society is our first line of defense.
Ambassador Akio Isamata reaffirmed Japan's commitment to supporting anti-trafficking efforts in Sri Lanka through the Uplift project.
I am pleased to note that a total of 86 victims of human trafficking have been rescued to date under the current Project Uplift. In order to prevent human trafficking, it is essential to reduce the vulnerabilities within society through targeted outreach and awareness campaigns at schools and within local communities. With a growing trend of recruitment through social media platforms, it is also vital to address online risks through appropriate countermeasures. In addition to prevention, it is equally important to establish mechanisms that allow victims and witnesses to report cases anonymously, such as confidential hotlines. The development of temporary shelters and access to psychological and support services for victims must also be prioritized. These support systems can be further strengthened through close cooperation not only with government authorities, but also with NGOs and civil society stakeholders.
The official campaign will be for a safer nation. Let's take a look.